Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks. This time we've got the pleasure of watching Legoknekten playing in the Tier 4 German light tank, the one and only the Luchs. Now Legoknekten is Swedish, so I must apologize if I am butchering the pronunciation of your name, but it roughly translates as mercenary. Big shout out to all of my Swedish subscribers out there. I'm sure you guys are going to be cheering on your fellow countrymen throughout this replay. Now as I mentioned, Legoknekten is playing in the Luchs. It's one of the most fun tanks in the game. And because it's low tier, it's very easily obtainable. So you guys have got no excuses. Get out there after this replay and see if it's the tank for you. Now, it's managed to get into position very, very quickly, far faster than these light tanks and medium tanks have. And that's because its top speed limit is 60 kilometers an hour. But speed limit alone doesn't make a tank fast. It needs a meaty engine, and this vehicle has one. Its horsepower to ton ratio is over 28, which allows the Luchs to shift up to its top speed limit. On the downside though, however, this vehicle does have 33 degrees a second traverse speed, which is, it's rather mediocre, and if you try and make sharp turns in this tank, you're going to find that the track traverse just doesn't cut it. But mobility isn't the only speciality of the Luchs. As we saw, he took out that last Panzer and now makes his way into position to punish the Stuart with a full clip. There, he rips that Stuart apart. Now, what gun does this tank have, you might be asking after seeing that? Well, it has a 30mm autoloader that coincidentally does 30 damage per shell. But as we can clearly see, it doesn't just fire one, it fires 10 very, very, very quickly indeed, giving this tank a magazine potential of 300 on average. That is enough to rip apart every single lower tier tank that this vehicle will meet, and many equal tier tanks. As an example, that Hetzer on the enemy team. If you manage to penetrate all of your shells, you're going to take him out in a single magazine. Now interestingly, the penetration on this tank is also excellent. It's 95mm, which allows you to contest even the most heavily armoured tanks, such as the PZB2, that Tier 4 German premium heavy tank, in the side there. Then he divides the remainder of his shells against the Keyhoe, reducing his health and then waiting for the reload. Now the Luchs' reload it's not the best, as we can see here. It does take a while to get that 300 alpha damage that you have per magazine. But once you're loaded, it is so satisfying to just go pop, 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 pop. Oh, it's just brilliant. So you can actually divide your magazine up into 5 bursts of 2 shells. So when you get really good with the Luchs, if you see a tank that's on maybe 50 health, you can put 2 into him, killing him most of the time, and still then have 4 sets of 2 shells to fire at other tanks. Now the M3 Lee takes out that Panzerwehr D behind him, and now he's reloading. What is the Lee doing? The Lee needs to advance around the corner and kill the Luchs while he is reloading. Big misplays there, and that allows a Legoknekten to finish off the Type 91 and then come round the corner and put the rest of his rounds into the Lee. Holy moly, Legoknekten carrying hard here. 6 kills, but his team is way, way, way down. In fact, there are only 2 tanks remaining on his team, while the enemy have still got 6 strong. And that Panzerwehr D doesn't seem to want to go down without a fight, still on 100% of his health. Legoknekten is going to have to shoot him at least 10 times probably to be able to take him out. However, he does have a Valentine on his team who is pushing straight in towards the Panzerwehr D. But Legoknekten is going to use the speed of the Luchs to get around him, and even though the Panzerwehr D predicted it and was aiming for him, there was nothing that he could do. He put 9 rounds into the side of his tank there, rolling slightly low for 265 rather than 270, which meant that he didn't quite manage to take him out, but luckily also set him on fire with the sheer amount of module damage that getting penetrated by 9 shells will do. Now, however, Legoknekten is in a 1 versus 5 situation. Can he handle it? He's contesting the one that everyone wants now, the Kolobanov's medal. But the enemy Luchs manages to run away. And the enemy Luchs is also a very good player. Gonna have to watch out for him. He's already picked up 3 kills, and he's obviously very experienced. So it's quite likely that the Hetzer is capping on the enemy team. There's so many artillery, the Legoknekten has to watch out. The enemy looks like he completely cocked up there, leaving his tank up in the air, and I'm surprised that he didn't shoot him anyway, because the Luchs does have 10 degrees of gun depression. But let's not worry about that. Luckily, the position meant that he was safe from artillery shells. Has he been spotted by the Hetzer here? Doesn't look like he has been spotted by the Hetzer, and so he zeroes in some shots to try and get an interrupt off, and manages to put in a couple of shells at long range. But the frontal armor of the Hetzer is very strong. Legoknekten isn't going to, very likely, to be able to snipe at him at long range and take him out. Plus, he risks the gun that Hetzer could be using. If he's using the 105mm, that means one shell will take him down. But he also has to keep in mind that the artillery have been getting closer and closer to hitting him with those shells, and they've picked up 3 kills between them as well. What is the plan? It looks like Legoknekten is going to go and test that Hetzer's side armor. Will he find him? He's doing it very slowly. There he is! Pop, 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 pop. Wow, what a result! Putting in another 7 shells into the Hetzer, doing a total of 270 damage and finishing him off. Now Legoknekten has picked up 9 kills in just over 6.5 minutes, and the artillery are blasting all around him. He certainly has to watch out here. He is now trying to contest for a Kolobanov's medal and also to get 12 kills in this game. But remember, the Luchs doesn't have very good armor. Hull armor wise, it is 30 at the front, 20 at the side, and 20 at the rear. The turret is just a little better, 50 at the front, 30-30. But if one of those artillery shells hits him, for all intents and purposes, he needs to consider that he will die. But he has found the Bison in the side. Big mistake there, Bison. What a gigantic, juicy target to start off Legoknekten in his 1 versus 3 against these SPGs. Now, he hides. Why did he hide there? Because the artillery could be looping shells over these runes of Runeberg, so he has to watch out. By going really close, it should enable him to avoid the artillery fire. Now in this kind of a situation, Legoknekten's strengths will be his view range, his camo rating. But interestingly, it doesn't seem like Legoknekten is using coated optics on this tank, which I guess will be good when this vehicle gets into a bad matchup. And this vehicle can get bad matchmaking, by the way. It can meet up to tier 7 tanks. So you might have to fight against Jagdpanthers in this vehicle, let alone engaging these low tier artillery on the enemy team. Where are they? They could be anywhere. Runeberg really does have a lot of positions towards the end of the game where artillery can hide, such as this bush. However, when you've got so much firepower as the Luchs does here, he's easily able to kill that Lorraine 39L AM very quickly indeed. Now he just has to worry about the PZSFL via B on the enemy team. That's a very nasty self-propelled gun that has great flexibility, I believe, in close quarters combat. So Legoknekten has to watch out. Where is he? Well, finally he finds him. But he also gets spotted at the same time. It looks like that PZSFL has a pretty good crew. He puts a load of shells in, but he doesn't manage to take him out. But hiding behind that wall was a very clever move. That means that the PZSFL Fear B was unable to get a shot on him. Now, surely it's just a matter of time. Reload the magazine and go in for the final kill. He's only got 23 hit points left, buddy. You only have to put 1 of them in. Oh, God, he's on fire. No! Who wins? Who wins? Everybody's dead. Oh, my word. What a ridiculous end to this game. Just when the situation was looking so safe for Legoknekten and he was looking really good at the end of this game. Oh no, I'm going to hell for that one. We found out that the Luchs was indeed flammable and the dastardly self-propelled gun on the enemy team took out our hero. I think we're going to need a slow motion replay to try and break down what the hell happened at the end of this round. So Legoknekten is in position and he only needs to put 1 shell into the PZSFL to win this game, as he's on very low hit points indeed. We see his first 2 fly over the tank. The artillery fires. His second 2 hits, and absolute disaster as the artillery fires over the wall into his tank. The explosion sets him on fire, and he slowly cooks himself to death. Oh my word. This is absolutely ridiculous. So this is the first time I've seen this happen in World of Tanks. Who the hell wins? And unfortunately, the answer is nobody. This counts as a draw. What a ridiculous end to a fantastic round of World of Tanks. Legoknekten maybe didn't pick up the Kolobanov's medal because he didn't win, but at least he gets a Pascucci's medal for killing the artillery, a Nadin's medal for destroying all of the enemy light tanks in the game, a high caliber, a top gun, and a Defender medal. This was 1,528 base experience points for the 1,900 damage he did, which is rather good for a tier 4 game. Picking up 12 kills, and why a lot of people love the Luchs, he was able to fire 140, hit 86, and penetrate 70 of those, while still making a tidy profit. Legoknekten, thank you so much for sending me this replay. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The ending was just dramatic. You played like a beast, and I'm sure there's going to be quite a few more Luchs players after the community has seen this replay. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this replay as well. If you did, please consider giving this video a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And also just a quick mention that I'm using this new YouTube card system where I can suggest videos that are related to the one that you're currently watching. I did this for my video I released a couple of days ago on the T110E3. If you click in the top right-hand corner, then you can find related videos and decide whether you want to watch them. And this isn't just for PCs. If you're watching the video on the phone, then if you click there, then you can see that they come up down on the side of your phone, which is a pretty cool feature if you want to find related content to the video that you're already watching. But if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, and this replay has sparked your interest in the Luchs, then simply click through up here and you can go through to another monster round by Dreadshells. And let me know in the comments down below, what is your go-to tank when you just want to have some fun? And in other news, the 10.0 Rubicon test server is likely to be debuting tonight, so stay tuned to this channel. You'll know I'll get you all of the relevant content ASAP over the weekend. And if it comes out early enough, I might even live stream it tonight. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.